Just trying to put up the, the conversation on the TV. So.
Uber.
Yeah. Do I have to be on my other thing? I can't remember. How is everybody this late morning, this Sunday afternoon at this point, to be honest? Hopefully everybody's well. I just realized you're all looking over at the whole world over there, where the table and stuff don't exist.
What table doesn't exist?
It's like the table. I wasn't looking at, it was looking over there. Like I was just looking at the whole table. Okay. So, there we are. Okay. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. No, we said that already. I hope everybody is well. I'm having actually regular creamer in my coffee today because Jim does Miralax, then coffee, then creamer, and he accidentally put the creamer, his creamer, in my coffee.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Half awake, half asleep.
That's okay, yeah. I just was saying like, we can move this.
Miss Woods. What?
Sorry about that.
Miss Woods
It's
says,
hiding the
Saturday,
SNOOPY from the DOG because she already took the tail off of hers. Now she wants to eat mine.
No. Sylvia's here.
Good morning, Sylvia. Oh my goodness gracious, that's sweet. Ooh, it's delicious, honey.
Yeah, sure, with that face.
Oh, so it's honey, vanilla, cinnamon?
No, it's just vanilla caramel.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Complain about it and you get to wear it.
Good morning, Sylvia. Oh, you want to come say hi to TT, Sylvia? Come here. Come here.
Oi.
Come here.
She's
Come,
looking at
come
you
on.
like, what?
Come up. Come up. You got room. Come on.
Oh, you want to come up this way? Come on. Come on.
Come on, baby. There you go. Oh, good girl. Come say hi to TT, Sylvia. Say, oh, say I miss you. Come here.
Good afternoon, beautiful Hinsons from Jersey, the crafty gypsy.
Jesse the crafty.
Jess.
Oh, you see yourself on TV?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, no. So this is funny, and I wish I did have the ability to just flip the camera focus around. So this is what happened when she watched Jim on TV the first time. She runs behind the TV and outside to see, like it's a window. Like, she doesn't recognize that it's a TV. But she'd basically come up here like she was going to have a good time and saw herself on the TV and went running. So I guess that's Oreo's whole story for today. She has gotten really big. She is really, really, really sweet. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I do think I'm missing a pillow or something. My back feels very close to the thing.
I don't have any extra pillows over here, so
It might just be, maybe just the backup. Let's just do that. I'm having to do full-on wound care again, which I'm so frustrated. Jimmy was hugging me this morning, and he was, after like the wound care, he gives me a big hug because he sits behind me. And he was holding me, and I was like, we're going to have to, I said, can we stop doing, I said, are we going to ever stop doing this? And he goes, no, never. He goes, oh wait, the wound care, yes. The snuggles, no. Oh, you scare yourself? Oh my God.
Oreo!
Come here, babe. She drops, I could tell she slid into something and knocked it over. You want to go look?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm coming for
Oh,
you.
no, what
What are
happened?
you barking at? Huh? What are you barking
What'd you do? You knocked it? This happens all, like, freaking day. She knocks stuff on herself.
Oh, yeah.
What-
I see what you're trying to do.
What'd she do?
No.
I don't know what she did. Hi, everybody. I see your comments. Let's get... So nice to see you. I hope that's what the comments are, because I've missed you guys, and
I know what you're doing.
I'm really... What?
She was trying to get something out of the garbage can in the,
Uh-oh.
the sweeper thing.
Yeah.
The dust
The
collector.
the dustpan.
Fell on her.
Uh-oh. She is doing incredible. So at Five Below, I found Burrow toys for $4 and $4.50 or $5. I don't know exactly how much they all were because one of them was on clearance. And if you've not ever seen a Burrow toy, basically you shove things in and I'll show you. I got it, Jim. I got that one. You can get the rest. So the first one we bought her was Puppios, because Oreos. And that was a stage 1 burrow toy because just like how Oreos open like this, the package opens and she's very easy can get the cookies out in no time. She got the cookies out in no time. So this one is a munchable. And it came with a piece of bologna or ham. We can't figure out what that's supposed to be. A Capri Sun, which it actually says fruit pooch. It's really cute. And, well, she's had an Oreo missing pretty much since like... No, I'm saying she's had an Oreo missing since like day 3 of having it.
Oh. Okay.
So this is the one that's the one with the Oreos. It came with 3 Puppios. And this one opens really easy. She gets them out super easy. But, and they're crinkly in there. So she just wants to keep digging. But I like to put the Oreo in here after I put treats in, because then it keeps her a little bit busier. The Oreo kind of stuffs the hole up a little bit better than the other thing. So the one thing she has lost is the slice of cheese. I have a feeling they're behind me. So she sometimes tries to throw them at me like I'm supposed to catch them, and they go over my head and behind the couch. But it takes like, you know, Jimmy moving the couch. So I'm just going to break up these like little cookies that I got at Menards, believe it or not.
Fiona's mom is here.
Who?
Fiona's mom.
Oh, hello!
And so is Kathy Driver.
Fiona is the freaking cutest. Hi, Kathy. So we were just talking about Oreo, and then what we do is we'll give her something like this after her breakfast so that we can eat. You know, she's learning to not beg. She'll sit. But that's still, even just sitting and watching disturbs some people. So we got in there, huh? We gonna get it?
It's the staring that bugs me.
You caught it! That's the first time second time actually, she caught something with food in it. I said to Mom, she normally, when it's got food in it, she normally like grazes it with her teeth and lets it fall to the floor. You know, we sometimes take the dog ropes and you twist open the fibers of the rope and you stick little tiny chew treats in there, or food. You can do it with food. It just gives them busy. But I guess being a breed, insert random breed in here, she especially loves to dig and burrow. So in fact, Jimmy, we were just talking about it when she was outside. Jimmy moved the fire pit and there's like the dead patch of grass that was under it, and she was just sitting on the dead patch of grass because when we first moved it, you could tell that there were critters that were living under there that were like using it as a safe place because they couldn't, you know, nothing could get to them. So when we first moved it, she was like, I smell all of whatever it is. Is it mice? Is it gophers? Is it groundhogs? So I'll catch up on comments. I just wanted to catch up on Oreo.
Kathy said, good afternoon,
Hi,
Jim and Jim. Hope you're having a great week. Fiona's mom says, oh, thank you. And
Mom's in earshot, but she doesn't want to be on the camera. So if you guys have anything to hide, say to Mom. She's over there, okay? I meant to tell you that, sorry.
Fiona's mom asked if we did a doggy DNA on Oreo.
Not yet, but I so want to. I looked it up and everything. Because I'm really curious. Because it's kind of weird, but like they have all these like cute little puppy, you know, t-shirts you can get for your dad or whatever. And whenever you look up the dog that looks the most like Oreo on those little cartoon renderings, she comes up like Jack Russell Terrier. Now, she's way bigger than a Jack Russell. But boy, does she look like... And being part beagle, part rat dog, is kind of... They're very similar. Not DNA-wise, but like they're both, you know, hunter, like, you know, burrowers. Like they hunt for things in the ground. So, yeah, but I know what the vet told me. I know what we knew from like her parents, but I don't know even if her parents knew exactly what kind of dogs they were. So
Jessie says, Jim, don't look into her eyes. That's what it does. Those puppy eyes tug on your heartstrings. Yeah. Fiona's mom said that they did a doggy DNA on Fiona.
oh, okay.
And then we have a Sandra H that says, do you still have your kitties? Or kitty?
No, Mom's kitty passed away in October, I think.
Yeah.
July. I'm sorry.
Almost a year
almost a
ago.
year. Wow. And we had Lisa's kitties here for a while. And then mom, you know, we're talking about it. She's like, no, I'm not so sure. Every day is like, you know, like, do I want a cat? Is this dog too much? Dog's cute. I like the dog for mom because, not for mom, it's obviously, but mom does sit out with her and get some sun. She gets her vitamin D. She likes her warmth. And the Oreo loves Nanny. That's like our favorite person. Like, so when Jim takes her out to the bathroom at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and obviously mom's in bed. So from like almost from that moment till like when she wakes up again, she'll be like, I didn't see Nanny. Where's Nanny? Like, you know, like whatever. It's really funny. Um, it's really cute too.
Well, I'm thinking I want a cat. You can have a dog.
Well, I told you I wanted cats and dogs. I want all kinds. So I want all animals. I want to just have an animal farm. I want a pet. I would love to do a pet rescue. I'd love to foster. That'd be great.
Mm.
You know, I just have to have more patience in my husband first. I have to get patience for my husband, and then I can foster dogs or pets, even cats. So like my sister-in-law does. My sister-in-law, she feeds stray cats. She captures them. She gets them fixed, and she sets them back in her backyard. And some of them come and move into her house forever. She's had so many cats over the years. And my sister and sister-in-law. I don't mean just my sister-in-law. My sister-in-law is the one who actively goes out and feeds them. That's what I meant. And she's the one who traps them. She works with the rescue group there on Long Island. And she's always like, I think this cat wants to come to your house. I said, oh, you're going to drive her here? Because I would love to have her come to my house. But if you've never traveled with a cat across the country, I used to travel with a cat from Island Park to Westbury, and she was not having that the whole time. Right. Look at you did to your poor puppy. Look at the baby dog. Oh, Daddy was making noises. Hopefully she won't get a look of herself on the camera again.
Here. Here.
Oh, there we go. We don't have a Five Below by us, so when we were away, I was like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to Five Below and get some like essential things that I always like there, because the Dollar Tree has good things, but they're $1.25 things and $5 things. Like they don't have as many $3 and $5 things, but Five Below's got quality, like better quality things for the price. You know, like they're cheaper than it would be at PetSmart type of thing, or Walmart even. Actually, I never saw any Burrow toys at Walmart. You can get them on Walmart.com, but they're always from a different store or whatever. So, but I can't tell you how much time. The hardest part for me is when I'm not feeling good to get up and collect all the pieces that she's burrowed. I'm trying to train her to bring me the pieces. Like I'm always like, can I have the bologna? Can I have the cookie? Can I have the cookie? But that's the hardest part. Is her to bring me the pieces so I can stuff them back in. And when I'm not feeling good, to get up and collect the pieces. But otherwise, I just get up and collect the pieces, and it keeps her busy. Right, Mom? Pretty going. Yeah. The other thing I got for her, these like...
For about, 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, the other thing I got for her, these hide bones from Menards. So Menards is if you guys don't know, it's a giant... It is a hardware store, but they have like furniture, like they're primarily like a hardware store, like a home store. They have furniture, they have lots of things, they have groceries, and again, they have the dog treats and food there is good. Like, it's good food, it's real stuff, and at a better price than you can get at other places. So we found this 3-pound bag of these, they look like, they're peanut butter flavor, but they look like gingerbread men. Oh. No, I'm sorry. We already had one today. Remember, we just had one a few minutes ago, okay? All I did was pick it up to show the people. I need another one. Is that, did I say peanut butter or did I say treat? I don't know.
Anyhow.
This one? You gonna give me the left one, give me the right one? Which one? Okay, how about half?
Fiona is a Australian kettle dog.
Good job.
Border Collie and Great Pekingese.
Really? I wouldn't have guessed that.
She had her 1-year checkup and weighed 67 pounds.
I honestly wouldn't have guessed that. But you didn't, the pictures that you sent me were just of her, like not perspective, like not her next to you or like, She's beautiful though. Yes, that's been a lot of fun. Talking to Fiona's mom on, I'm not gonna tell you her name, but on, in chat and emails been really fun. Sharing pictures. Um, we had to put on Oreo's thunder shirt last night because
Fireworks.
people started shooting fireworks stuff already. And it helps. I can't believe, like, not that I can't believe, I can believe it because there's science behind it, but I just didn't expect it to work as quickly as it did. Like, she literally started barking, and I was like, oh goodness. And Jim came out. It was late too, so of course mom had already gone to bed. So I was like, Jim had come out to help, and I was like, I need help, and he put it on, helped me put her on her because she's too heavy for me to lift. So
Yeah.
he helped me put it on, and then afterwards she was just like doing the grumbly rolly, like she was upset. She was like, "Rrr," but I kept trying to calm her down. I was holding on to her and giving her hugs and stuff because she was scared. She gets scared for her, but I know she gets, it's funny because I see her get scared for like us. And I kind of joke about it all the time. I'm like, oh, you saved me and Nanny from the plastic bag that was flying through the yard. Thank you. But the truth is, like, the way she barks and then she looks back to see everybody, I kind of feel like she's doing that to make sure we're okay. Unless she could be just trying to let us know, like, hey, did you see what I saw?
Or you hear that?
Yeah, we don't hear what she hears, for sure. Oh,
Oreo.
what you got, babe?
Don't go playing with
I
that.
have a feeling that the piece of cheese is under there.
Could be.
That's what, but no, I don't want her to play with it. Or we got Oreo some the doorbells to try to tell us when she's got to go out, right?
Like just now because she nudged the leash.
Leash, yeah. Do you want to take her out? She has eaten, and it's been since she's eaten. She peed before, but before we started. But then she ate, so. Oh, Nanny's gonna take you out? You want Nanny to take you out? When Nanny go outside, let's see what she does. Let me get Nanny's boots. Got Nanny's flippers? Yeah, she's pacing. She's gotta go. Get Nanny's slippers. Thank you.
Long enough for this?
Sorry, guys. It's just it's a fun thing to watch because she'll sit and she'll like look at Nanny's slippers and Jim joked and she's like, if you want me to take you out, you got to start learning to get my slippers for me. And I was like, she will. She's smart. She will learn how to do it. Go ahead, go out with Nanny. You gonna do run? Sit down, get your collar, get your leash. Sorry. Hi, everybody.
Fiona's mom says that Fiona was actually just put on, I'm going to say puppy Prozac, because she says Prozac, because of her severe anxiety.
Oh, I can imagine that. Have fun. It's warm? Take your sweater off, or? Okay. I got Mom this really light sweater for her birthday last year because I know the ones she wears around the house are so heavy that when it's times like this where we don't actually keep the house freezing cold, but she's still a little cold. And we don't keep the house freezing cold for any other reason just than to save money and to save the planet, It's easier to put on a sweater than it is to heat your entire house and that kind of thing. Ooh. Is that somebody we know, or is it somebody trying to spam?
Somebody who's being a real...
Spamming up?
Yep.
Are we going to check out the 10-year-olds or whatever? What's the spam?
Basically, he calls himself Mr. Beagle, and I think that's Beagles, and he said Beagles always win. He's just typing the same thing. Being a jerk.
Oh, Beagles always win. I mean, Snoopy's a Beagle. Oreo's a part Beagle. Anyway. So we were contemplating getting a fence and fencing in the yard. We did the electric fence for a while, but we realized, and I know this chat wasn't supposed to be about Oreo, but it's going to be. Apparently, we had an electric fence on her, but what happens is the zap and vibration works except when her adrenaline is pumped. If she sees a groundhog, gopher, squirrel, whatever, cat, she will chase that beyond the point of her pain because her adrenaline is pumping in and that whole thing. So,
just changing their
As long as it's not inappropriate, I don't care. I actually get like boosted in the algorithm for having comments go up. So comment, chat away. That's fine, chat away. As long as it's appropriate, I don't care. Um, the so then we were considering getting a chain link fence, and we still might. We're not really sure. Then we're thinking about getting like a 15 by 6, like almost like a dog run pen situation. We're kind of all about it, but right now what she's got is she's got like the hook in the ground with the 30-foot leash on it. The problem is the 30-foot leash is heavy duty. I wanted it heavy duty because she chews, but it's really heavy. So when I had it directly on her collar, which by the way, the hook of it is a pain in the booty. When I had it directly on her collar, she almost felt like she couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't run. She didn't have like the forward momentum. So we ended up doing was hooking it to her regular old everyday leash. So now she has the ability to go at least 10 feet, and then as she starts to run the 10 feet, then it's kind of dragging behind her. She doesn't need as much. She does. The momentum is good, so she could just build up her momentum and she can run further.
Fiona's mom suggests wooden fences. Wooden fence is the way to go, in my opinion. Nice privacy.
Yes, that's part of why we don't want it though. Honestly, because the area where the dog goes is an area that we like to see the field and the wildlife, and also we like to have the wildlife come in, and that's another thing. So, and also with wooden fences, she's notorious for chewing through wood and stuff. Because she's a burrow animal, so if it's in her way, she'll move it. Chain link isn't great either because then she can learn to climb over it, which is why we were thinking about just getting her like a dog run. Keeping this for when she wants to play or going out with her when she wants to play, but getting a dog run for her to go do her business. But most of the time, she doesn't go out by herself. She likes to have people out there. She will go when she has to go and nobody can come out with her, but otherwise, yeah. But anyhow, enough about Oreo, right?
Really?
She is becoming our world. I mean, secondary cancer is like on the back burner. It's like, yeah, I still have cancer, whatever, but she's really fulfilling my heart.
Oh.
But
I don't know if we talked about this. Renee W. asked, how was our cruise? Did we enjoy it?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. We talked about it on the live stream last week. But we did. It was amazing. I highly recommend a cruise for everybody at least once in your lifetime. Save up your money. What I didn't know before this particular cruise is that you literally can go on to like Norwegian.com and you can book a cruise and put money down on it like every other week or every month or whatever you get paid, whatever you can afford. You just book it that far out in advance and talk to an agent. The agents are very knowledgeable. And they're not just travel agents. They work specifically with the different cruise lines. It was incredible. It really was. It was a freestyle cruise, which means we got to eat at our leisure at whatever restaurants we chose, which was great. I mean, it really was. It was just so, and it was so fun it was great to connect with Jim. Jim was able to do his own thing. I was able to do my own thing with my sister. And we were able to come together on days when we just needed to come together. Ting!
Well, here's somebody who has no time, other than to sit there and create multiple accounts to bug people.
What?
This Mr. Beagle.
Why do you think he's making multiple accounts?
Because when you block somebody, they can't come back in until you let them. And this person.
Oh, it could be a bunch of people. It could be a crew. I like it. Look, as long as it's appropriate, I don't care. I told you, the more comments, the better in the algorithm.
Sit.
Oreo, sit. There you go. Good girl. Nanny says sit. You have to listen, baby, okay? I know you need a drink. I see your face.
Well, she was drinking quite a bit.
Oh, yes. So then never mind.
Go.
You know what we got to remember to do? Send Nanny out with a cup of ice or something to pour in the water.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be good. Oh, so seepies. It's 90-something degrees out, so. No.
She was underneath the chair.
Oh, she was. She's like, it's too hot, Nana.
No.
Getting some shade.
But you kept your sweater on.
Yeah.
It's not, it makes you sweepies.
Just enough.
Just enough.
My sister loves the ice cream.
My sister loves the ice cream too. The ice cream machine goes 24 hours, 24/7. They also have, I was telling everybody last week, they have a restaurant called The Local, and that is open 24 hours a day. It's kind of like a Denny's, like a diner. And that's when I always said you can get food 24 hours a day. You can. But the ice cream machines are at the
Okay.
buffet, and that's those and the water and drink machines run 24 hours. They always have coffee all day. They have the ice cream machine all day. They have like the juice machine all day, and the water. Like
Let's see here.
so, but it was just an incredible experience, and I'm like, we can't wait to go back and talking about, you know, how can we make this work, and we're trying to work on these things that might
okay.
change our entire lives just so we can have like an enjoyment here in this.
Yeah. Renee says that she goes, yes, we made late trips for the ice cream.
Mm-hmm. What I was doing was ice cream, for those you don't know, it really helps the mucositis. It's not just because it's cool and it's soft, but also like the milk fat coats my mouth a little bit better. And I don't think that that's ice cream. It might be like the low fat ice milk or whatever. But what I would do is put it in like a drink cup. So I'd have and bring back to the room. So I'd have a little bit now, and then I have a little bit in a little while. My sister would grab bananas because they run out of bananas in the beginning of the cruise. You know, because it's not something you can keep. I don't know. You had bananas the whole time. They would give you bananas on your breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that was other cruises.
Maybe, I don't know.
She's like, well, if you think about it, whatever they bring on the boat on Sunday, that's what they're going to have the whole time. So, you know. I was like, okay, good answer. Relax, babe. It's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. My favorite cruise was the Star Trek cruise.
We wanted to do that so bad.
What my says, hi Jeri-Ann and Jim, I'm just just rewatched something else. How are you feeling, Jeri?
Today is actually good. I had appointments on Tuesday. I rested all day Wednesday. I had appointments on Thursday and things to do. And then Friday, I was like wiped. Yesterday, I was in a lot of pain. So I took a little bit of a THC gummy, and then I was like a little too stoned to comprehend things.
Looks like we're getting
it was a very high potency one. But that combination of those 2 days, today I actually feel pretty good. I have a fair bit of pain in my back, so I took a Tylenol codeine. But no THC for me today because Jim has to go to work, so I can't be out of commission. I can be out of commission when Jim's home, because even if Jim's busy, he'll only be busy for like a half an hour, so then Mom can cover if I can't do something for like that 30 minutes. But I don't want to do that to her like for the 6 hours Jim's away. She does enough to help with me with Oreo when I'm not feeling good, so I don't want to purposefully not feel good, if that makes any sense.
What my asked if the gummies make you hungry.
You know, it's really funny. They do. They increase my appetite, which is great. Not all the time. They don't give me the munchies. They give me like an appetite. So one of the medications that I'm on, I have like no appetite. And then what happens is if I don't eat breakfast with my morning meds, I literally could like my morning meds. So I have to make sure that I eat, but I'm so like satiated. I'm almost like full to almost nausea. You know what I'm saying? So they do help me have a little bit of an appetite. Otherwise I just like, I don't want to say force food down my throat, but I try to be, you know, I still try to make good choices. It doesn't always happen, but you know, life is life. But yeah, I mean, and that's part of why they give it to cancer patients, because it'll help them eat calories. But I really do it just because it does help with the pain. But then I'm worried. So you guys ever have this? This is what I balanced my whole life. So if I have an injury that I'm supposed to be resting, which my back is pretty much. And then I take something to relieve the pain, and then it makes me want to do more things because now I feel better. Is that bad? Am I doing something? Could I potentially be doing something wrong by using muscles or bones or joints that I'm not supposed to be using? So it's kind of like,
Which ones are those?
exactly. Well, my L3, my L3 area. If you guys watched the car chat the other day, we talked about, I talked about how the doctors keep surprising me with tumors that they are assuming that I know about. I don't know. Do they think that people are just connected? Do we think we all have an internal X-ray machine that we could just be like, oh, that's right, I forgot about these 95 ones. No, like, no, I'm not fooling you. I'm not doing it to be funny. I have no idea what you're talking about. So it's worries, like not worries. I don't sit and worry and get antsy. It's just that if I hurt myself in a certain way and I'm like, oh, wait, was there a tumor there? Like, did I just fracture that bone or something, you know? It's just something that's new to my world that I have to kind of consider. It sucks, but it's true, you know? What are we going to say? What happened?
What my oh my is making a taco spaghetti seasoning.
Really? First of
Well, I
all,
said,
is it a seasoning for taco spaghetti, or is it a combination of like Italian, Mexican seasoning blend? Like, I'm curious what that means. Taco spaghetti seasoning. I have to know more. Because that does sound kind of incredible. So you know the difference, not the only difference, but the main difference between fajita seasoning and taco seasoning is oregano, which is in Italian cooking. So like, I think if you put like parsley and oregano and possibly some basil in fajita seasoning, that sounds fire too. So I don't know. Sounds amazing. I can't see.
Fiona's mom, are the doctors requiring to tell you where all the tumors are?
Well, technically, if I force them to, they have to. But the way my oncologist said, he's like, first of all, we can't, it's going to be really difficult to map them all out. And second of all, he's like, do you really need to know? This like, he said, he's good because he is, look, this is why we're doing treatment, to make you have more quantity of life. Quality of life is a big thing, but he's very forthright, but he's like, there is no cure for this. You aren't going to get better. This is just, you're just going to have good days. We're just going to try to make you have more good days. We'll last longer. If you feel up to it, let's do this, So, they're technically like, if I force them to, they'd have to, but it's apparently going to be a very difficult process. Now that being said, I probably would have to pay for those tests by myself because they're not really required. But what I do want to do is I want to collect all my films. I want to go to the 3 different hospitals. Well, technically 2 hospitals, because my orthopedic oncologist is affiliated with SLU, but he's actually in a different hospital. So it's 3 different hospitals I have to go to get, hospital systems, to go and get all of my x-rays and tests.
Irene.
Hi, Irene. Which one?
Flores.
Okay.
She says, hi, Jeri and Jim. I hear you guys might move to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I live in Albuquerque.
Sweet. Where did she hear that from? He always puts the cart before the horse. I mean, and we're planning, we're doing that, we're making the move to like, so what we were been talking about most lately is, I do love it here. I'm not saying I don't love it here, but my body has changed. My body doesn't want it to be as cold, as hilly, as this, as that. I want to be someplace where my arthritis won't just be because it's 90% humidity outside. But the other thing is for Mom's comfort, us to be together. But the major reason that I wanted to move is so that we can afford to do vacations and travel more. Go someplace where you know, a cost of living is cheaper to get maybe into something that we can afford to move around. Ooh, you okay there, girl?
What'd you do?
It looked like a fly. It was in her face, but like it's
Okay.
outside, and maybe she sees it outside, and she, yeah, that's it.
Look at that.
Oh, tall girl.
Look how high she's been jumping.
Oh yeah, but that was just standing, and not even on the glass. That was just standing. Sorry, guys. Digress. Squirrel, dog. So we've been looking. One of the places we've been looking, I was, trying to look up. I started with, cost of living maps, and I said I was thinking about in the Southwest area, the warmer regions. I said I think I like New Mexico because you never hear about New Mexico in the news. Like it's never there's never. I don't want to put it out there because God forbid, but I was like, you don't see any mass shootings. There's not like any major protests. Like it just feels like everybody's like chill. That's a big one. And then we went to the cost of living maps, and states have that one. That's overall that state is 11.9% below the cost of living average, and just like a lot of different things. And when we drove through with Lisa, we went to. I loved Albuquerque. I was like, I would stay there, but then I was looking at other places, and then I was looking for places that have cancer centers so I can possibly get different treatment, maybe get a kidney specialist and see about that whole thing. But I mean, we're just in the really is this something we can do? We're in the planning of trying to figure out can we afford to do this? We have to also go for a place that has Medicaid expansion because I don't qualify for Medicare because you actually have to have kidney failure, and I don't have kidney failure, thank God, to get Medicare. I mean, there's other things you can, there's other diagnoses you can, but as far as what diagnoses I have, that's the next. So I have to get a place that has the Medicaid expansion so that Jim can have insurance in case his job doesn't offer it, because that's what we've been the last couple of years here. So it's just a lot of different balls in the air. And I would love to be closer to my sister. If and when my sister and sister-in-law do eventually move out to Las Vegas, obviously there'll be more family there. And I said it's just as inexpensive to fly from Las Vegas to New York than it is from St. Louis to New York. And I think that's really because the amount of planes that go back and forth, until the choices are more plentiful.
Yeah.
So as far as being able to visit and stuff. So
Fiona's mom asks, how can they monitor them if they aren't tracked?
Well, so what they do basically is they, the radiologist who does the doctor that reads the bone scan, for example. Let's just using bone scan. The doctor that does the bone scan, he knows where they all are, and his only job is to look at the ones that are what would be like red flags or compare them to the old ones. That's all. The first time I had a nuclear bone scan, they're looking for ones that are noticeable, big, worrisome. The ones that are in my femur could have broke, it did. The ones that are by the one that is on my my sixth rib, for example. Yes, it was pretty big. It almost filled in the whole rib. But also that's a place where if I cracked that rib, I potentially could get a punctured lung. Do you understand what I'm saying? So they were looking for ones that also could be dangerous. None of them besides my femur actually caused me any pain. I didn't know that the ones in my shoulders were causing me pain. I thought that was just old lady bursitis type of arthritis thing. So, so they monitor the ones that are of concern. Otherwise, what they do is they just take the first bone scan and they compare the new one to the first one and see any new ones, any ones that have gotten bigger, any ones that have looked dangerous now. So that's sort of what they do. The same thing with the spinal surgeon. He sit there and he was like, well, he's like, you know about all these. And I was like, I really don't, but go ahead, tell your story. And he's like, well, there's no changes to these. He basically knew. He looked at them from the first scan to the second scan to the ninth scan. And he's like, there's no changes in these. And that's fine. That's what I need to know. But as far as every single solitary one, nobody's worried about it until it causes a problem. even my right femur. So I talked to my orthopedist oncologist, and my right femur has a new concern from the bone scan guy. And I talked to my, he's like, if it's not hurting, then I'm not going to worry about it. Nothing to be alarmed about. I said, okay, well, if you're, that's what he said.
Okay.
He's like, if it's, as long as it's not hurting, I was like, okay.
That sounds odd.
And I said, you don't want any like parameters to put back, like, don't bear your weight on it or whatever. He's like, nope, just keep being smart about it. I said, okay. I mean, and I guess that's just because there is no healing. There is no cure. Like that they're just be like, as long as you're comfortable, if you're uncomfortable, or if it's a lot of pain or those types of things, then we'll worry about it. So, right, as long as my kidney function, blood work is all still good,
Renee asks, have we watched Star Trek Strange New Worlds?
No, not yet.
No.
We are still actually, we're so far behind on Star Trek series, which is, and it's really hard because my sister's like, did you see it yet? Did you see it? I'm like, I really didn't. Just the timing wise of watching those types of TV shows, we only have like a couple of hours a week, and it's so many different things that we watch. So it's like, we're gonna finish this, or we're gonna binge this. We actually didn't even start the second season of Picard yet, which now it's the third and final season's over already. We haven't watched the second season of Discovery, because the first season of Discovery is a lot of Klingon, and we have a lot of trouble reading the subtitles because of the old TV we had and my vision. So now it's gonna be a little easier, but then now we have to get to it, But I want to see the cartoon too, the cartoon series, and I want to see the new the new Strange New World with Pike, and I want to see that. Looks really very interesting. Sorry, go ahead, hon.
Donna Morgan says, I get a copy of all the scans.
Dana.
Dana. Okay.
Yeah. So hi, Dana.
She would basically she's saying she'd get a copy of the scans.
Yeah. I had my original copy from the first time I got my first scans, and I ended up having to giving it to my orthopedist oncologist, and I never got it back. So I have none. But I've showed you pictures. Like I took pictures when they were on my computer.
Let's see here. Wait a minute. Yeah. What are you doing, dog? What oh my says, Jerry, I would suggest you find out the moving information, your time of life left, but don't share it online in video. You do you first. That's important.
So I'm confused. I'm sorry, you just confused me for a second. I'm not sure if I just understood the way Jimmy was reading it or you were trying to say, but the doctor can't tell me. If you're asking about like how much time I have left on this earth,
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
That's one of the things.
Yeah, nobody knows that. Even my oncologist said you can be like, you could take a turn tomorrow, or you can live for 10 years with this thing. So, do you want something from me?
She's like, yeah, I want treats
What do you
and
want?
peanut butter.
You want to put something in here?
Okay. Do you enjoy flying? Yes,
Love
I do.
it. I love it.
I
love it. Honestly.
I had no choice the first time we flew someplace that I could remember. And that was that's to Germany. And I remember waking up while the plane was getting ready to line up for descent going, I don't want to go.
I want to go home.
So.
That's
We're
funny.
over Belgium,
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
looking down at snow white trees.
I don't think I knew that. That's really funny. I love to fly, and I have ever since my first flight when I was 16 and a half years old. I love it. I didn't love it before I realized there were seatbelt extenders, because when I first got too big for a seatbelt, or very uncomfortable, I was very uncomfortable in a seatbelt for a long time, so I was like, ugh, flying, But actually having a partner, being married, or having somebody could sit within the seat, it was Sharon at some point, you know, like it wasn't just always Jim. You ready? You want treats in there? Am I putting treats in there or just,
I just give it
you just want this? Okay. Good.
a.
Okay.
Donna?
Dana.
Okay. She asked, I know you watch Yellowstone. No, we haven't.
No.
I've only caught glimpses of it and went, oh man, I need to, but no, I haven't.
And I'm mad because I love Harrison Ford everything. So he's actually in the spin-off 1812, I think it's called.
Yeah.
And we haven't watched any of that either.
Let's see here.
If Yellowstone was about wolves, he'd watch it, but it's it's about a ranch, so.
Yeah. She also says, I make my DRPP. Whatever that means. Fiona Mom says, it is okay to have caffeine with your ADHD medication. I was worried you should kind of manic in your vlog on Friday.
No, well, I was happy. That was not manic. That was literally like I got the results from the doctor and I was able to share it with you and I was out enjoying life. What I've noticed is anytime that there's a glimpse, and there is pain, but anytime there's a glimpse of like my old life, like if I'm able to cook something or shop or like whatever,
Okay.
and that's my old life comes back, that's how I feel. I feel manic, and I don't. No, actually, the contrary. So I did say in that video that I take a generic Ritalin, which is a stimulant, and it's 10 milligrams. And what I did notice was, if I don't have coffee, also, it doesn't work as well. The days that I've had just coffee, and the days that I've had just Ritalin, and the days that I've had just coffee because I was out of medication for a week because of a nationwide shortage.
Okay,
they help a little bit, but not as much as the combination.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over a couple questions because she corrected herself. She said, "Sorry for my stupid fingers. I make the doctor put in disc," and then she says, "I take pic of it."
Yes, so I
take
could take a picture of the doctor's computer. I've done that actually the very first appointment I went to, but the orthopedist even just sees it on a tiny little computer, and he doesn't see it like a big TV screen. When I went to the spine surgeon, he's a spine surgeon, but he is an orthopedist oncologist for spine. But he actually has a giant TV that he puts the thing up on in the office. When I go to my oncologist, he's just got like a little computer. So it's not really, wouldn't be good pictures anyway. Literally, I have to tell you the honest truth. The bone scans all look like the first one. They're like, they don't look any different. They're just like, oh, look, black spots, like black spots in the shoulders, black spots in the knees, black spots around my bladder area. And it's like.
And then Mary Long.
Hi, Mary.
Says, "Hi, Jeri-Ann. Just wondering, do you think if you were diagnosed earlier in life with your ADHD, your life would have been different just in perspective of just knowing?"
100%. So I shared a video and I talked about this on the last live that a lady did a video, why are you still bitter about your late diagnosis? And I realized that when I was younger, I wanted to be a teacher, a nurse, and an interior decorator. And I ended up being none of those things. I mean, technically, like running a group home, you end up being all of those things, but like I didn't go to school for any of them. Because I had a really hard time. I was a very gifted child. I know now why, but I was a very gifted child who did not read a stitch. So if I would have given the tools to allow my brain to focus on reading, I cannot even imagine where I would be right now.
Okay.
If I was given the tools to be able to read properly, focus on books, then I don't even imagine where I would be right now. So yes, I know for a fact I would be someplace different. Now, in hindsight, any, deviation to your path, that you take is not going to get you where you are right now. But yes, if I could, you know, not know about this life that I have right now, and go back and start over, I would.
Well, it's sorry.
No,
You
you're
done?
good. No, yeah, yeah.
Well, it's like me. Growing up in the military, they didn't know how to diagnose any of that stuff. They just labeled you with like you're slow or something like that. It wasn't until high school when I got a very good teacher that made me realize that I can read if I'm focused on the material.
Yeah.
And then I realized the material that I'm more focused on is like nature, the supernatural, the paranormal, some histories.
Some histories.
Yeah, like
Well, you've been like Native American for a while. You mean like that?
yeah.
Go ahead, go get them.
You shoot
get
them
'em.
and they go underneath that table. And that's why she's trying to get underneath that table. Now I know what's going on.
Oh, but if I shoot them on the carpet, she can't hear. They go at all.
Well, shoot it more towards her bowl and aim for the
Okay.
food container.
Sorry, I was just trying to give the dog something to do.
So I
Wanna get
learned
squishy?
I learned by the time I hit 10th
Go get
grade
squishy.
that
Go get squishy.
if I'm interested in it, I can read it, I can retain the information, and not worry about, you know, having issues. That and my reading teacher wanted book reports on the material you read, and she allowed me to do oral book reports.
That's nice. Yeah, I joked about, like, with my sister, I said, I've always wanted to go to a lecture-only college because I absorbed the spoken word, or I was able to do it much better when I was younger, but I could absorb the spoken word way better than I attained anything that I read. And I used to tell my teachers, I'd be like, I just get stuck on the same sentence over and over again, and they, you know, look, just like when you get on YouTube and you're overweight and everybody just assumes it's because you're lazy, it was the same thing going on when I was in school. They just assumed I was lazy. They assumed that the fact that my clothes were all dirty was because I was lazy and not because I was poor. You know, it was just like, well, poor people can wash their clothes, you know?
Right.
Or whatever. So it's just a lot of assumptions happened, and, you know, I was just doing the best I could, so.
Anne Marie, no one actually knows how long we have left on this earth. We may all be kind humans while we are here.
That's right. And that's all that anybody ever asks.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Look, I have been on the tail end of bullying my whole life, and I've been on the receiving end of kindness. And why? You know, of course, kindness is the way to go. You know, why? You know, like, you're fine. It's okay. It's getting late too because we started very late today. Jim had a very, very restless sleep night, and we got a really late start today. That's why we called it Sunday brunch, because it's brunch time. Or in my description I wrote, grab your second cup of coffee.
What my oh my says, Jay, that's right. Nobody knows our time left, so you never have to answer or share stuff relating to certain things. Pick and choose what you share online.
Well, that's true. Well, I don't. So look, I pick and choose what I share online to a certain degree because there is certain, like, marital privacies, of course, and other people's information. It's private to them. Of course, I won't share it. But as far as my life's concerned, I don't want to hold anything back from you, and I try to be as forthcoming as possible. Obviously, there's some things obviously you still have to keep private, and there's some things people don't want to hear. I get a lot of TMI, you know, kind of thing. Sorry, it's crunchy peanut butter, and it always leaves like the end in the Kong, and I have to help her. You know, but if I knew, I would tell you. Of course I would, 100%. But, you know, there's one thing I've learned in the last 3 years with my brother passing away at 38 and my nephew passing away at 29. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And you know, there's no formula. Just live the best life you can. Have no regrets. That's one of the things they tell you. You always hear older people, you know, be kind and have no regrets. That's what they say is the secret to a long and happy life. I'm not 100% sure how long we've been on. You do this thing, remember? What's it say?
Like 54 minutes.
Yeah, so we're probably going to end up wrapping it up now anyway. We've been holding Mom off on her nap since this last hour anyway. But because we started off really late, we only have a little time left to crunch the rest of our day in. So I just wanted to tell you thank you so much for joining us. If nobody's told you that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you, because I love you guys very much. Even Mr. Beagle with his 8,000 comments. I appreciate you coming on there and spamming my comment section with love. I'm okay with that, like I said. Yeah. And as always, you guys take care. God bless. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Or you want to come say goodbye? Come, you want to say goodbye? Oh, nope, Nanny's going. Nanny's going
Nanny.
somewhere. All right, bye everybody. Have a great time. Have a great week.